Every week, I find myself meeting with people who are really struggling and striving just to believe. So many challenges face them day in and day out. All kinds of concerns cut across their daily life. And I find them asking and seeking and knocking on heaven's door. Make a good song. This past week I received calls concerning a mother who had a stroke, the active dying of a parishioner in the hospital, the diminishing memory of a loved one. Mothers and fathers with empty cupboards, looking into their children's eyes and knocking on the doors every day trying to find a job. Betrayals in their marriages and relationships, and the struggle to forgive. Being called to the hospital because your son, parents being called to the hospital because your son or daughter overdosed, and sometimes in our own situation here in the parish, even worse, with some of our young mothers and fathers who are addicted and overdose in front of their children. And yet each of us here has to deal with our own vulnerabilities. For myself, there are times, hours, and days that I ask God, show me a way. Literally, show me a way. Or just give me an answer. And I remember Mother Teresa speaking of her own dark night of the soul, questioning her belief and her trust in God, experiencing God's absence in those moments that were tested. So what do we do? I think a lot of times the question is, does God really care? Does God really care? And so I have to look to Jesus and I have to say, what do I learn from Jesus? I learn from Jesus that God is a God in love with us. A God whose last word isn't condemnation, jealousy, destruction and violence against us or anyone, but rather a God who understands our vulnerability, our weakness, our doubt, who forgives, accepts, loves us unconditionally, is merciful, and a God who suffers with us, where the answers don't seem to be there. In Jesus, I see, as Paul says, the image of the invisible God. I see in Jesus the one who cries over the death of his friend Lazarus, weeps over the city of Jerusalem, reaches out in compassion and mercy to the sinner or to a leper. And so, like you, I woke up this morning and came here today, trusting, putting my faith in a God who really does care. And once again, here I am, asking, seeking,